You motherfucking tube. Yo, I'm just sitting here going through a little history, man. And I'm starting to realize how fucking similar Roy Jones Jr. at his early days of light heavyweight super middleweight and Andre Ward. Now, I don't know if many of you, especially the young cats, the guys a little younger, like Quentin Ball. He might be too young to remember this one. Do y'all remember a dude named Darius Michalczewski, who Roy Jones never fought because he wouldn't come over here to fight Roy Jones? And the same thing goes for guys like, let's just say, a Butte. Now, in this case, Butte, he was doing this thing over in Canada or Montreal, wherever he fights, Romania and shit like that. And Andre Ward is doing his thing here in America. So, what I don't understand is, why in the fuck is it okay for Butte to go to England for a fight, but not okay to come here to America for a fight? And I know what Karceno gonna say is, well, that's where the money is. Well, that's where the money's at. Well, maybe it ain't about money for Andre Ward, so much so as it is to be respected as his position in the game. Nobody's asking why the fuck Floyd don't fight outside of Las Vegas, let alone fight outside of America. He could have fought Ricky Hatton in England, because that's where the money is, right? And it's kind of strange that now the argument is, well, what is he gonna do now? I keep hearing Karceno say this about many guys, but what is he gonna do now? Now, check this shit out. Now, when Floyd Mayweather fought Victor Ortiz, his signature win was Andre Berto. Same thing for Robert Guerrero. Canelo Alvarez's signature win, and only win over a legit 154-pounder, is Austin Trout. Austin Trout's signature win is against a career 147-pounder in Miguel Cotto. Now, I'm not going to shit on the fight. I think it's an intriguing fight, but I don't expect it to be competitive at all. Canelo Alvarez hasn't shown me anything inside the ring to make me think that he has the athletic ability or the boxing IQ to be able to outbox Floyd Mayweather. I definitely don't see him knocking Floyd out, and I pretty much see him getting outboxed in the same fashion and manner that Robert Guerrero was, maybe even worse. I think that Robert Guerrero probably has a better chin and a tougher grit to himself than Canelo Alvarez. He's not the typical Mexican fighter. You know what I'm saying? So, in comparison to, let's say, Carl Froch and Canelo Alvarez, the thing here is, we're going to have to see what Canelo Alvarez does at 154 pounds, because we fucking really don't know. There is no K9 Bundrich or Aslandy Laura on his resume. There is no Paul Williams or James Kirkland or Alfredo Angulo on his resume. Fuck, there ain't even a fucking Corey Spinks on his resume. You know what I'm saying? Alfonso Gomez, the best fighter he's beaten outside Austin Trout. Kermit Cintron. Maybe career 147 pounder Shane Mosley, who ain't won a fight since 2009. I don't know. What the fuck? Where has Canelo proven himself that we can say that he's a superior fighter, that he's an elite? He hasn't beaten any elite fighters. Austin Trout wasn't elite. He beat Miguel Cotto, a career 154 pounder who probably could easily make 140 pounds. But he, another one, has no Ishe Smith on his resume, no Gabe Rosado on his resume, no James Kirkland or Paul Williams or Fredo Angulo or fucking not even a Yuri Foreman. You know what I'm saying? So the 154 pound division could really be stacked and really be good, but none of those guys are really fighting each other either. I don't know what Ishe Smith is gonna do. K9's trying to suck dick for a fight. He can't get nobody in the ring but Ishe Smith. Gabe Rosado. You know what I'm saying? We got Cotto is finna fight Delvin Rodriguez. I got my money on Delvin Rodriguez to win this fight against Miguel Cotto. That's gonna show a lot. That's gonna prove a lot to how good a win the Austin Trout win was, and also Floyd Mayweather's win. It's a hype job, really. You know, with Cinnabons. You know, he ain't really beat nobody. Hell, even his signature win was controversial. You know, a lot of folks thought that Trout won. We'll see what Trout does in his next fight, whoever that's against. And if he fights Laura, I got my money on Laura. It's a lot of interesting fights that could be made. I'm surprised that Sergio Martinez doesn't try and jump in at 154. I'm sure he can make that weight. Triple G's always talking about he can make that weight. I'm sure that there'll be plenty of guys who will be willing to fight him at 154 pounds. You know, it's a lot I would like to see. And at 168 pounds, kind of not a whole lot going on because everything's been pretty much set in stone, you know. There are no what-if matchups left in the 168 pound division. You know, at 154 pounds or 147 pounds, we can say that we like to see this fight and this fight. We like to see this person take on this person, or this type of style versus this type of style. That's been pretty much taken care of at 168 pounds. And it's kind of fucked up that Ward is in that position. But that's the same position that Roy Jones found himself in at light heavyweight. And all of a sudden, everybody starts screaming about this Darius Mikushevsky guy. But the only problem with that is, it was legit because at the time, Darius Mikushevsky was undefeated. He hadn't lost a fight. He was beating all the guys over there in Europe. And the only person left for him to fight really was Roy Jones. And vice versa for Roy Jones. So then, in this instance, in the 2003 version of that is, well, the only dude that Andre Ward didn't fight got knocked the fuck out by the last dude that Andre Ward beat. Then two dudes that Andre Ward beat had a fucking rematch. You know what I'm saying? So like, and we're not talking about like years and years ago. These are some of Andre Ward's most recent fights. And then the fact of the matter is, you got a dude like Saki Obika walking around with a title and shit. And the thing is, Karceno in videos will talk about how much of a bum Saki Obika is. But Saki Obika has a belt, a fucking alphabet strap. But then, on that same notion, in another video pertaining to another person, he'll say, well, this dude can't be such a bum. He got a belt. He'll talk about that the dude got a belt. Somebody having a belt. Belts don't mean fucking shit. We know that. So anytime anybody says anything about a belt to make an argument or a point about boxing, I almost completely tune them out because it's the most ridiculous argument that anybody can bring up when they talk about champions and being good. Belts don't mean shit. And we know that. We can all agree on that. Every channel can agree that belts don't mean shit. You know what I'm saying? So let's figure out. I don't know, man. I don't know why Karceno is trying so hard to shit on Ward. You know, the only reason that I can think of is because he's threatening to take over the pound for pound spot. The fact that some people have awarded Andre Ward the pound for pound spot and not Floyd Mayweather probably ruffles his feathers. But the thing about it is, the shit that we can say about Ward, to some degree, we can't say about Floyd Mayweather. When we say, did Floyd beat all the welterweights in his division? Nah, there's one or two out there that he didn't beat. And I know a dude who has the affinity for Floyd Mayweather, like Karceno does, will say, well, who didn't he beat? I can say Devin Alexander, you know, a younger African-American, very athletic boxer. Those are the types of guys that may possibly give Floyd Mayweather problems. And not these guys who have Z's and O's at the end of their last name. And if you say, well, Devin Alexander lost once, well, there's still the guy that beat him in a fight that Floyd Mayweather didn't fight. And now he's going to fight the so-called champion at 154 pounds, who ain't never beat no fucking body at 154 pounds, but one guy. Where's the Gabe Rosados? Can we even get a a Gabe Rosado on this fucking resume? Ishai Smith? For Canelo? Damn. Definitely Aslan Lara. Hell, what about even the fucking Angulo fight in Texas? Why the fuck that fight never happened? When he was fighting Kermit Centron, you know what I'm saying? Why wasn't he fighting Aslan Lara? Or fucking James Kirkland? You know? Anywho, I was just, I don't know, man. I'm just a little upset with the fact that Karceno will say, like, the fucking people that Andre Ward faced were bums. Like, Floyd Mayweather don't face no bums and shit. You know what I'm saying? Robert Guerrero is a fucking bum. This motherfucker ain't beat nobody at 147 pounds. Never fought at 140 pounds. Hell, I don't even know if he would beat Zab Judah. You know what I'm saying? Amir Khan. Soto Karass. Could he even beat Soto Karass? Diego Chavez. Keith, one time, to me, I wouldn't bet against Keith Thurman, even against Floyd Mayweather. I just would not bet at all. I wouldn't take that bet at all. But you put Keith Thurman in there with anybody else, I got my money on Keith Thurman. Anybody else at 147 pounds. Right now. Including Tim Bradley. Holla at your boy.